Hey. Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead.
You're doing one of your things.
Sorry, I couldn't help it. I couldn't help it.
You did it so well, I didn't know.
It's just acting. Welcome to the show, everybody.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to, it's 25, isn't it?
It is 25,
Whoa,
that's
welcome
right.
to episode 25.
Yeah, oh, that's so
Wow.
exciting.
Yeah,
I
that's
love
a
that.
milestone.
It is. I don't think we're going to get to a number where it's like, in episode 33, like every one of these.
You're just going to be amazed every time.
The first couple, it felt kind of like, all right, we're getting this moving and everything, and it didn't, I don't want to say significant, they all feel significant, but it didn't hit like these are. Every time we do one of these, when we're telling you like, oh my God, 25, we really are feeling that, like, wow, 25 of these.
I know, it's
That's
crazy.
really cool.
Yeah.
My first thought with that always is a big thank you to all of you who watch, listen, subscribe.
Yeah, you took the words out of my mouth because I was going to say before you got here, I was on our Muppet Instagram account and I watched a story of like a mutual of ours. I'm so bad with like the handles sometimes, but it's Dr. like action movie something. You know who you are, and I appreciate you a lot. So they posted something funny, and I like laugh reacted to it, and we started talking a little bit, and they just really like lit me up inside. I was like, thanks, we're about to record, and they're like, oh, can't wait to listen to it.
That's awesome.
You guys are just so great.
We were talking in our pregame a little bit about some ideas that we're about to tell you about in a second here, and I'm going to drag it. I'm going to make you wait. But it's the community of people we've met through this is amazing.
It's beautiful.
It really. There's a handful of things that I've gotten to do in my life that are I think are pretty cool and that have gotten me to meet some interesting people. I don't know if I've ever done anything like this where it's been so organic and on such a simple thing to start on, Muppets. You know, and not to make that Muppets simple, but it's something that's almost in our everyday life, and we all understand Muppets. Where who knew that something like this could make so many relationships and friendships, people we probably would have never met otherwise. It's been really cool. We really appreciate all those connections and people we've met, and the people that you guys are going to meet coming up.
Yes.
But I think we need to start with a certain spot. We got something very cool that we're working on.
Yes. So
by we, I mean Bria.
No, it's both of us. So by the time this airs, it'll be the opening of the launch of our Patreon, and we're so excited. We're super excited.
Yeah.
It's gonna be so much fun. We've been cooking up ideas for it for a while, but at least for me, it was a bit of like imposter syndrome. Like, am I being too much? Like, should we do this? But we want to do it.
I think that is a very relatable feeling. And as somebody who is horrible at selling themselves and selling the things that I do or anything like that, the combination of us trying to do this is almost frightening. It's almost just trying to.
Comical.
It really is. It really is. It's the marketing part of this. So we are on the lookout for a marketer, an agent, or you do an amazing job. You really do.
Oh,
and
thank you. I try.
Part of your I don't think that say you take away all of the stories that you post or some of the other things you do. I don't know how much I would have been excited for doing something like this. I think I would have wanted to talk a little bit more about it.
Right. Hey, let's pump the brakes.
I really feel confident about it because of your promoting of this pod and the work that you do on that is so great, and the ideas you've come up with. I think this is going to be a lot of fun, and to people that are interested in doing it, I don't think it's a big ask. I don't think it's a big thing to, as far as what we charge and that.
Yeah.
I'm still learning what Patreon is. Haven't even learned how to. No, I spell it. I know how to spell it. I said that almost like I was bragging. Did you catch that? I know how to spell Patreon. No, please, no. I'm excited about that part of it too. That fans of our show don't necessarily. I've seen some of the the $29.99 or some of these prices for some of them. Yeah. And more power to them. They're doing it for a reason. Yeah. What we're doing is something a little extra for the show, a little extra for certainly our audience, and to give another angle on this show, to give another more depth to the show.
Yeah, definitely some inclusion. I think the part I'm most excited for the Patreon is to hear your guys' entries for the Patreon hat.
Mm-hmm.
I am so excited for that,
Yeah.
and I wish we would have had it from the beginning because I
Yeah.
always, when we like pulled somebody that we really liked, like Animal or something,
Mm-hmm.
I wanted it to last longer because
Yeah.
it really just flies by. So I'm so excited to have that Patreon hat right at the end.
Right at
It'll
the end,
be
it'll
so
be right
fun.
there. Yeah, it's
And-
going to be a mystery of what hat it's going to be, though.
Yes, and if you subscribe to the Patreon, you are a Muppet head. So
Mhm.
the Muppet heads have unlimited slip entry. Obviously, they will be screened.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So have that in mind. But they are unlimited.
We're looking forward to being able to do more with the show, with you, and interact with you more.
Yes.
The all these things you said, I agree with 100%. And I think you feel similar to me on this. The collabing with our listeners, the
Yeah.
collabing with these, that's going to be so much fun. That is going to be a blast. We
Yeah.
love working together so much. You're my favorite person to work with by far and
Aw,
away.
that's so
Sorry, Seth and Melissa at my radio station. I love you guys. You guys are right there, 2 and 3. Who's who though? Who's who though? No,
There's going to be heat at the office on
God, I
Tuesday.
would never be able to choose between them. I would never go. That's
Why
a
did you do
horrible
this?
way. Why did I do it to myself?
Your time. Your time.
I really enjoyed that. I'm really going to enjoy this. That's going to be a fun part of this. So be on the lookout for that, everybody. It'll drop when this episode is
Yeah,
dropping.
it'll be live. It'll be there. Oh my God, I'm so excited.
Yeah, we're looking
Wow.
forward to it.
Yeah.
And thank you to everybody who helps us spread the word about this too.
Yes, thank you so much.
There's a lot of you guys out there that I've seen reshare her stories that she puts on the gram and that, and it's been really cool to see that. It's been really humbling, honestly.
Yeah, that's a really great word. Organic and humbling are
Yeah.
really good words to describe how this process has gone.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah.
So we'll be looking forward to that, sharing
Yes.
that with you guys more and more, and maybe in future pods we'll talk more about it. We'll
Yeah.
certainly be mentioning it.
Yes, absolutely. But in the meantime,
On with the show.
we have some hats to get to.
Mhm. Yes, we do. And I think you went first last time.
Yeah,
I was trying to remember.
I think you went because I grabbed Treasure Island.
That's
I
right.
think.
Oh, yep, that's
Think.
right. God, you got it. Your memory, man. I need to borrow some of that. You grab. As I was saying, I need to remember.
That's fine.
Oh, we'll fix that in post. I'm not letting that. It all stays in.
It all stays.
It all stays.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we don't. I mean, I edit, but we like
Yeah.
to keep it.
Yeah,
fresh.
loose editing.
Yeah. Okay, and we are tied up with a fact.
Oh, neck and neck
Ladies
with
and
the
Muppets.
facts and quotes still. Wow, it's neck and neck.
Why do good things come to an end? In the case of the Muppet Show, the Muppet team decided that after 5 seasons, their ideas were starting to dry up and they wanted to end the show on a good note. But this only led to more Muppet success as they had more time for Muppet movies and spin-offs.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like bittersweet.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I think that's kind of the inevitability with any show is that, okay, it's gonna end, like, gotta end it on a good note.
Yeah, the from the greatest to the worst ideas in TV history, they all have an end, except The Simpsons. The
Don't
Simpsons
you
is
dare.
never allowed to end.
I think they're
Ever. No.
very well aware that it can't.
I would love if that was the case. I don't think that's the case. But now that's a good example though. That's a show that has able to survive. But I think a lot of it has survived on nostalgia of a core audience that got older
very
with the show.
devoted fan base.
Yeah, but and forgive me, but I have to, of course, drag sports into this. But
Hockey podcast.
you're right. There's a legendary football player, one of the greatest of all time, and to some people, the greatest running back of all time, Jim Brown. And when he retired, he was in a contract dispute with the Cleveland Browns, the team at the time. And he's sitting on the set of The Dirty Dozen, one of the greatest action movies of all time, jam-packed stars, everything. And he's kind of like, no, you know what? I'm good. I'm retiring. And he retired on the set of The Dirty Dozen with,
Wow.
as a football player, certainly not in complete good health, but much more better health than he would have been if he played another
Right,
2 or 3
pushed
years
himself, yeah.
and pushed it. And he ended on top. He was the all-time leading rusher at the time. Nobody ever believed that there'd be a better running back than Jim Brown.
Wow.
I would say Walter Payton, but that's my bias.
Things are gonna get heated.
But nothing against Jim Brown. Jim Brown, amazing. You can't talk about the history of football and not mention Jim Brown. But not everybody gets to retire that way.
Yeah.
Michael Jordan, came back, won a couple titles, but a lot of us remember him being crossed over in a Washington Wizards uniform by Allen Iverson. A lot of guys. My dad, one of his favorite players of all time, Willie Mays, talks about being in a Mets uniform and swinging and twirling around because he couldn't hit a fastball. I admire the people that are able to see this and say, you know what? We had our run. It was great. It was solid, but I'm starting to see the writing on the wall. The first sentence of the writing on the wall has been written. Yeah. So I'm going to back off.
Right.
I don't know if I could do that. I'd like to think for my sport as an actor that if I ever got to that point where I've seen like Sean Connery retired and some others retired because they didn't believe that they could memorize, they couldn't do things like they used to. I would hope I would have this self-awareness and strength to be able to walk away. I don't know if that's possible with me. I don't know. I really don't.
They need old actors.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, and you're aging very well too. So.
I appreciate you reading the cue cards just as they were written. Thank you.
Right over there. Thank you, Sweetums.
Yeah, thank you, Sweetums.
Always on cue.
Sweetums the best. Best. I wish you guys could. We need to turn this sometimes and let him be safe.
He's not so good with the camera operating yet, but he's trying.
There.
Yeah,
he's getting there.
Great with the cue cards.
Very good.
I'm getting better at reading his penmanship. I agree with you though with the writing on the wall. I think that it almost you can see when a magician's doing a really great job with their trick and you are in it, you're like, this is magic. But as soon as you see a little slip up, you're pulled out of that illusion. And I think that happens unfortunately with TV shows.
It's part of the reason why with this podcast, Bria and I are waiting to hit our peak and get good at this.
Yeah,
because we don't want to get too good. Yeah, we don't get too good, and we have to stop.
That's why we don't edit.
Yeah. This is.
That's why we claim to not be experts.
That's right.
We're just your friends.
I like that a lot. I never knew that, and I also think it's also noteworthy. 5 seasons.
That's good.
That's good. But that's also if you had tested me, how long in the Muppet 10? I just said 10 easily.
Yeah.
I just said 10. That's surprising that it was only 5.
I wonder. I can't remember how many episodes per season.
It's funny you said that. That's the first thing I was thinking is nowadays a season could be 6 episodes and stuff. So
probably not for them.
No, but it's funny how that changed so much.
Is there a TV show that you were that ending was they did?
There's only a couple.
Yeah.
I will say I don't begrudge any ending to any series ever. It's done by the creators, and it's there. I think sometimes we forget who the biggest fans are. Them. True. They're the biggest fans, and it's their baby. I think a good example, modern example, is The Sopranos. A lot of people had a difficult time with that ending, didn't like it, was all over about it, and not spoiling anything or nothing like that. The ending is David Chase, who created The Sopranos, created the ending, and it was his decision. He did it leaving doors open and that kind of thing, but mostly it was a bit of a nod to old Italian cinema, which I thought was really noteworthy considering the show was about Italian Americans quite a bit and everything. And I wasn't a huge fan of the way it ended. Doesn't matter. It matters because you're a fan, certainly, and you're the reason why the show is continued and everything. And at the same time, I ain't got a writing credit on that show. I'm not an executive producer. I'm not even an actor on that show or anything. Yeah. And I think that I'm okay with fans having their opinions and voicing them and hitting X or Twitter or whatever he wants to call it or any of those other things. But I think there has to be a line in the sand too.
A level of respect.
I respect what the author or creator did, however, and then go ahead and put your 2 cents in and everything.
Right.
I'd like to see a little bit of that in society, a little bit more.
Yeah.
Just hey, thank you for creating this thing that I'm losing my mind over, that I'm so passionate about and I care so much about, that I'm rushing to tweet my opinions that I think everybody wants to hear. And at the same time, being hey, thank you for making this. I appreciate it. I don't think it should have ended. That's why fan fiction exists. That's why that kind of stuff.
Ooh, we love fan fiction.
I like those kind of things. I think that's fun. It's a difficulty as an artist. You have to, if you're an artist that has a problem with that, there's one quick solution. don't publish.
Yeah.
Don't put it out there.
Yeah.
The second you put it out there, it's
yours,
not just
but
yours
it's-
anymore.
Yeah.
It's you're sharing
Exactly.
it. If you have a child with somebody, it ain't just your kid. You're sharing that with somebody. You help with that. You are a part of that. You are not all it is. I think that there's a show, 6 Feet Under, that was on HBO for a long time. That was I thought had a masterful ending. Where it, again, not spoiling anything, but it took a lot of the main characters, and from the moment of the ending of the show, kind of fast forwarded and showed you. It was a show about a family of morticians.
Oh, interesting.
And it had a lot to do with death, of
6
course.
Feet Under. Okay.
And it showed you how the rest of their lives went right up to their death.
I like that.
And it was really, I mean, and to take that concept and then to pull it off, I thought when people ask me that question, it's the first show I think of as far as an ending to a show.
Yeah.
6 Feet Under was a great show. I wouldn't put it in my top 50 of all time even or anything.
Sure.
But man, that ending really
It doesn't
stuck
break the top 50.
yeah. Stay tuned after the episode, after the pod. I'll give you my top 50 shows of all time. No shocker, it was at number 1.
Right. Who could compete?
But where's the Muppet Show in there? It's number 3. It's probably number 3 or 4. I've ruined it. Do you have?
I thought de-escalation.
And the pod got canceled. My pod, not this one. Do you have a series or a show that you?
Yeah, so I have 2 that come to mind when I think of like ones that I think that were ended very well, and then one that comes to mind that just like still makes me upset to this day. So the 2 that I liked, kind of going off what you said, where it goes sort of like in the future, so it gives you some closure of like what happened to these characters that you loved so much, was Parks and Rec.
Yeah.
I think that ending was so good.
For me, top 5 endings of all time.
Yeah, honestly,
Especially
I
for a
loved
comedy.
That.
Yeah,
So good, so heartfelt.
That last season was a great idea. The way they did that,
Yeah, I agree.
Love that show.
Me too. Yeah, it's so beautiful, and it's one of those shows where there isn't a character you don't like. Like even
Treat yourself.
Yes. Even like the anti-heroes, like Jam, like you've been jammed. Like I love Jam.
Yeah.
He's so funny.
Great actor.
Yeah.
Very good actor.
Yeah.
That's a great choice. That's a good one to mention. I mean,
Yeah. The other one that kind of on the other side of the spectrum, it was a comedy, but I like bawled my eyes out during the finale, was The Good Place. Have you seen it?
Yeah.
So good.
That
love
is a really,
show.
great cast. Great cast.
Yeah,
really good
absolutely.
cast on that one.
It's just not fair that Kristen Bell exists in her
Yeah.
perfection. She's just so
It's not fair.
perfect.
It's not fair,
No,
Kristen. It's not
not
fair.
really fair.
There are other acters, There are other people to think about.
Give us a chance.
Not all of us can be as talented and beautiful. Not all.
Goddess. And the show that makes me angry is Community. I hate the way Community ended.
Yeah. That is one of my top 10 favorite shows.
Yeah.
I love Community. I'm a
Me
big
too.
fan of Dan Harmon, and I love Joe McHale.
Yeah.
Literally that whole entire cast I love. I was on my first movie set. I was on No Names. Jillian Jacobs was in.
Yeah,
And she and the other actress, the first time I see them, they're huddled with a blanket over them. And she just waves to me from under the blanket and didn't know me from
waved
Adam.
at you?
Oh, yeah, talked to me, said hi, tell me I did a great job. This is an
She's
incredible
so
human
pretty.
being. Yeah, she is. And
I
would
like
say almost,
fangirl over girls.
I'd almost say sweeter than she is beautiful. Like,
Oh.
incredibly nice people.
That's so cool.
James Badger Dale, he was in The Departed. He
Oh,
was in
that's a
that
good
as
movie.
well. And he couldn't have been nicer. Like
That's so
both
cool.
of them, we got
Wow.
done filming at I got there at around midnight. We didn't stop filming until around 5,
Wow.
5:30, and they had been there. I'd only been there since midnight. They'd have been there since 8 in the morning or something.
Oh, no wonder they had a blanket around them.
The director says we're wrapped for a day, and everybody's like 50, 60 people in this little bar that was we were filming in go rushing out. But those two and one of the other actors in it, through all these people, come and find me just to tell me, hey, great job, keep doing this.
Really?
I will support James
Oh my
Badger Dale,
gosh.
Jillian Jacobs to the end of time.
That's so sweet.
They did something that I hope to do, someday for other
Yeah.
actors for me. That
bet
was a really cool moment.
foreshadowing for your career.
We'll see.
Yeah.
But they're really nice people. And obviously Donald Glover, one of my favorites. I know you like Donald a lot.
Praise be.
It does remind me too of another series finale that I really, really, really enjoyed, Atlanta.
Ooh, and I haven't seen the last.
And well, I wasn't going to bring it up, but I know when you do, though, you have to call me immediately.
Yes.
Not a text. I want to call because I got to talk to you about it. That is one of the most perfect casts I have ever seen for a show.
Yeah, so much talent packed in there.
All four of the main actors, Lakeith, Zaz, Brian, Donald, all amazing people, all incredibly talented.
Yes.
And the writing on that show, that's an amazing show.
Yeah.
That was a good one too.
Yeah.
Community, I feel you on Community, and I think part of it was for me, I didn't want community college to end. I didn't want the show to end, and going to Netflix a little bit. But we do have 2 seasons or 6 seasons in a movie. We do have a movie coming.
Yes.
I don't know if anybody.
I'm so excited.
You heard about that?
Yeah, it's funny because I posted like a skit on TikTok like a few years ago, and in it I say 6 seasons in a movie, and then someone commented on it like fairly recent. They're like, "Hey, this aged well."
Yeah, it did. Yeah.
But like I never let go of that.
No, you can't.
It had to happen.
True community fans will not let go of that. Donald Glover is signed up for it and everything.
Oh my god,
so, yeah,
I didn't know that.
Yep.
Oh my god, I'm so excited.
Yeah, the only person I think is Chevy Chase is not coming
Well,
back for obvious reasons.
Yeah.
So. But that is going to be amazing. That is going to be awesome.
God,
I know.
so excited.
We got to go see it together.
Yes,
That's cool.
absolutely.
Right.
I was gonna say that Aubin is deeply in my heart. I started the show when it was kind of like quarantine times, so I was living at my mom's house, and she would like watch episodes sometimes, so she knew the characters, and she's like very quickly started calling me Aubin because we had a lot of similarities.
I got a little of that too. Check. Abed Danny Pudi, I think is Pudi is pronounced, Chicagoan. So shout out to
cool.
that.
Cool.
I believe he said in an interview once, I think like one of his first jobs or his first kind of jobs like this was working at the United Center. I think he was like handing out food or something like that there.
Oh wow.
He's had an interesting career too already, and he's got a long ways to go.
Yeah, he's gonna be in the Avatar, the adaptation. I'm so excited that he got casted.
I think that comes out this month or next month, I think too.
Oh really?
Oh yeah. I've seen a couple of pictures of it. It looks really good.
Yeah. Did you watch the?
A little bit. I saw like the first season.
Okay.
I loved it. It was a cute. It was a fun show. It was a fun show.
Oh man, I love Avatar.
Yeah. I got in late. I got in like the last year or two. I watched a little of it.
Always available.
It's a fun show.
It is. Okay, we should carry on.
Yeah. I just remembered we were recording.
Sorry, everybody. We like TV. What
we
can
are
say?
professionals. We are serious.
So we'll carry on with our Muppet conversation.
If Sam the Eagle comes out of this now, that is going to be wild.
An American show. Well, it's all up to you.
Ooh, all
Come
right.
on, Sam.
That's great. I love that voice. You have more impressions and voices than most people realize. I love them.
Thank
All
you.
right. Who's it going to be? Ooh, Bean Bunny.
Oh my god.
Aw, Bean
He's so
Bunny.
cute. Oh my gosh. In the Muppet Christmas Carol, that was Matt's favorite character.
Oh, yeah.
As soon as he came on the screen, Matt was like, oh my god, I love him. He's so cute.
Bean Bunny, just a sweet, fun character.
Yeah.
And again, the Muppets Christmas Carol.
Yeah,
it was a Christmas Carol he was in. Yes, okay.
He plays like a little, just like a little street rabbit.
That's a good way to put it. No, I think that's a good way to put it.
I was gonna say like an orphan, but I don't know if he's an orphan or not.
Well, I think that is, I don't want to say implied.
Almost like
I think
Oliver
it's
Twist.
a little bit, yes.
Yeah.
He's even dressed a little Oliver Twist-like with the scarf and
and that was
shirt.
also written by Charles Dickens, so...
Nice.
English
I see.
major.
The degree's coming in handy. Paying for itself, practically.
I have a degree in library science, which, like, everyone in my life always forgets, including me sometimes. But whenever somebody asks, like, hey, do you remember the name of this book or anything to do with books, and I get to answer, I go, woo, worth it.
Yeah, right. It all came together. An animated version of Bean Bunny was introduced during the 7th season of the Muppet Babies, and a preteen Bean would later be featured as part of the Muppet Show.
A preteen?
Interesting.
That is interesting. Did
I
I
don't
have a
remember
picture of the
that.
preteen?
I don't know. Yeah.
That's really interesting.
He first appeared in '86 as star of the TV special The Tale of the Bunny Picnic. He was
Oh.
part of a family headed by Father Bunny and Mother Bunny and helped make peace with the farmer's dog.
Oh, he's funny.
He was Bean joined the cast of the Jim Henson Hour back in 1989.
Wow, I love that.
He, I think, is a sweet character. One of
Yeah.
the first things, because we like to start with features and all
Yeah.
that. I mentioned the scarf and the sweater.
Yeah, he's got like a
of that.
little maroon sweater and a blue scarf around him.
He, I love when they do this, and I don't know how intentional it is or not. Sometimes there's something called this where we see faces and things and that. Sometimes with the characters, they make them human-like, even with it being a rabbit.
Yeah.
The way that he's got almost sideburns, you know, and
I never thought of that.
just leave it to my brain.
Well, now I can't unsee it.
And the eyes are so expressive.
Yeah.
Yeah. Certainly with obviously a real living rabbit, their eyes are a little more on the sides of the head, and rabbits, especially if you spend time with them, have great personalities.
Oh
and
yeah,
they all
you've spent
characters.
time with a lot of time with
Yeah,
rabbits.
yeah, I like rabbits.
Out of context, that sounds like.
Yeah, I've had when I was little, I had a couple rabbits, and I currently know a rabbit very well, Janice Hoplin.
That is amazing.
Yeah, it's a great name. But she's a bigger rabbit, and
Oh,
she has got so much character, and she is like a cross between a dog and a cat. She just will
Really?
come running up to you and say hi and all
Aw.
these things. She's a
That's
very
so
sweet thing. With so many of the, it is just using him like Bean Bunny, but some of the other animal characters,
Yeah.
there's some artistic license where we
Yeah, I
change them up
agree.
and make them a little more human,
Yeah.
a little more, the eyes are more in front, so you can see more
Yes.
expression and some of that.
Yeah.
And they're subtle, but they're great touches.
Mm-hmm.
They're
Yeah.
really, I think, key to like us empathizing or laughing or
Connecting.
connecting.
Yeah,
That's the way to put that.
absolutely.
Yeah.
When you mentioned the eyes, which all of that was like a really great point. His eyes are kind of similar in Sal Manila's eyes too.
Yeah, yeah.
That kind of like instead of having the circle like a white with like the black pupil, it's more of like just a
Yeah.
marble. I don't know.
Yeah. No, I like that.
Something
Yeah.
like that.
It's interesting the different eyes for different Muppets
Yeah,
and
like
the
what
choices.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I
Yes.
wonder if like more of the animal characters, like you were saying, have more of those eyes, and then the more humanoid characters.
How would you describe his personality?
Well, I honestly only know him from that role in
Oh, me too.
Christmas. Okay.
Yeah, same here. Yeah. I wanted to mention that other stuff because I knew he had been featured in other
Yeah.
things. This was
I'm glad you did that.
kind of I don't want to say a popular character, but a popular character, it seems like, among Jim and his team.
Yeah.
They seem to really like this character, find ways to bring it in.
Yeah, I think that he's also like a go-getter because he shoots his shot in
Yep.
asking for some money, and he's got a little like performance in him because he sings a carol to try to
Yeah.
get some was it like penance or
Mm-hmm.
what's the
Yeah, you got it.
is it?
Yeah, I think.
I don't
We'll
know.
find out in post.
Money.
If it makes anybody feel any better, I go back and I listen to these and cringe at every, like, whenever I get something wrong or
How
like
do you
some-
feel? I have to edit it.
Yeah, right, yeah.
Oh, I hope that's
Do I want to take this part out?
No, we've already committed. We're
Yeah,
committed.
yeah. But I like that. I think that's a really good way to put that. I think of
Yeah.
him, if you have ever seen a street performer, that it just, they're
Lot
good.
of
They've
heart.
got this.
Yeah.
They are good at this. They're all in.
Yeah.
There are, for every like street performer that might not be the the best at it or in it for the right reasons or whatever those might be,
Right.
what have you. There are so many of them that this is an art to them. This is their stage.
It's their life.
You know, yeah. I feel like he's one of those.
Yeah. He's got a lot of like courage and heart, and
Yeah,
he's just a sweetie.
he is. Yeah,
Yeah.
with a go-getter mentality, and I like that.
Yeah.
All right. So
All
what is he
right.
gonna do?
Bean Bunny, let's see.
Put you in a situation, Bean.
This Muppet hat. All right. Let's see. How old do you think Bean is?
Oh, wow.
Because I don't know if we should do this.
Yeah. Oh, okay. All right. I might have to put that one back. Yeah, I don't know. Not old.
The second word I saw was date, so I feel like we should pick a different
Let's try a different one.
We've never done this before,
no.
but Bean deserves like a good,
If there's one thing about being the creators of the show, we can do this.
Right,
We can get away with
there's
this.
flexibility.
Yeah.
Okay, back you go. Okay.
We'll see you again.
Yeah, yes we will. Okay. What sort of restaurant franchise could you see this Muppet opening? So
Oh.
maybe an older Bean.
What a great
A
question.
future Bean. Yeah, because he's got that little entrepreneurial
Mhm.
spirit in him. I like it.
I could see him bringing back, I don't know if this is dating it, I don't know if you would have experienced this or not, I guess. When I was a kid, like a lot of my generation grew up going to like a pizza place, and you would sit there and eat your pizza, and then the curtain would open, and these old animatronic
Oh, like
machines,
Chuck E. Cheese.
like a Chuck E. Cheese or something
Yeah.
like that, yeah. And they were always horrifying. Like
Yep.
I wasn't scared of Jack in the projects, but those machines freaked me out.
Get 'em outta
Those
here.
machines freaked me out, man. I had no problem admitting that. They were weird, and I was sitting like our table happened to be. I didn't get to go to a lot of birthday parties. I'll never forget this. We're sitting right up to the stage, like almost right up to it. And I'm on the end, and I'm excited because there's pizza, and I'm excited. The
Right.
curtain opens, and I'm a young kid that wants to be an actor. So I just think the stage is opening. I don't think much of it. I look over there, and there are these old machines that are just like staring at you.
No life.
And then they start going on, and you can hear the like
The
creaks and
screams,
everything. Yeah, and it's not really. It's almost as loud as the music, and the music isn't syncing up with the mouths.
Oh, no.
And it's just like. I'm not surprised by the Five Nights at Freddy stuff. I'm surprised it took this long for them to do something like that. Like those things
my
freak me
gosh,
out.
Yeah. Freaky.
I could see him rebranding something like
Yeah.
that, bringing something like that back because of his entertainment kind of personality. I
Yeah.
could see him doing something along those lines with a restaurant entertainment kind of thing.
I like that. Almost like Emmett Otter, how they perform in the restaurant. Like,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
like that.
That's almost perfect. I like the idea of him and Emmett teaming up. They
Ooh,
start.
yeah, an older Emmett and an older Bean.
Who was the guy who gave him the job? I don't remember. But maybe he retires.
Was it a turtle? It was a turtle?
It might have been.
I think it was like a turtle that was dressed like really snappy.
Yeah, it was really
No pun
snappy.
intended.
Nice.
I didn't try to.
Oh, that was good though. Hey, as a turtle, you're a very snappy dresser. I like the idea of him taking over the establishment when the turtle
oh my
retires.
Gosh, wow. Passes it on to Bean.
Bring all these worlds together.
I love it. As Jim Henson would.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I also, my mind kind of went to like a theater dinner kind of vibe, and I also kind of went in a direction of like a salad bar because he's
Oh yeah. Oh, a buffet kind of style bar. Yeah.
That was kind of like low hanging. So
Yeah,
I was like,
it
work
works.
a little harder.
It works. No, it works. It works.
What would he? Okay, I like the idea of it being that kind of dinner theater vibe. What do you think his restaurant should be called? He comes to us and he's like, "Hey guys,
Yeah.
I don't know what to call this thing."
Just carrots. No, that's a good
Curtains and
question.
carrots.
Curtains and carrots.
Aw.
Done.
There you go.
Done.
There you go, Bean.
This is our last podcast, everybody. We're not only
Wait,
ending
you
on
have to
top.
stop.
Yeah, we're ending on top.
not gonna beat
Yes,
that.
and we're gonna go ahead and start that restaurant now. We actually had to stop the recording there as we were coming back. We were told that we are not going to get any money for that restaurant.
No,
we're going to keep doing
no
the
funding.
podcast.
Yeah.
We're going to just keep
We
doing
were
the pod.
humbly let down.
Yeah.
Might
we
have
had
been
a
that
good
we
run.
barged into that bank, out of breath. Like, yeah, curtains and carrots.
Turns out nobody liked the idea. I like the idea of you and me, just you and I, are trying to run this place too. Like,
Yeah.
what could go
I don't
wrong?
know anything about this. You go
Maybe-
perform.
I
I'll
thought
come
you
to
did.
carrots.
Yeah,
All we're serving is carrots.
that's it.
Yep.
What? We thought you'd like it. It's a niche bar.
Aren't you kids into that stuff?
Come on.
We got carrot juice. We got sizzled carrots.
I think we hit it. I think that's the name. That's the name. Curtains
I
and
like
carrots.
that for Bean.
Okay, so.
Oh, I know we only know him from one movie, but what's your favorite part of his in that movie?
I think you hit on it. I think his instinct or his go-getterness,
Yeah.
the asking, trying, all that. I like that. That's easily. I think that. No, I don't think. And when I first saw his picture, that was the first thing that popped in my head.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
How about for you?
I think that he has a small role in that movie, but he also has one of the most pivotal parts in the movie because the first person that Scrooge talks to after coming through is Bean.
Yeah.
And he opens
Wow.
the window and he's talking to him, and that's his first interaction of this new awakening of Scrooge. And
That is an integral scene.
yeah, because it could have he just could have gone back to his old ways. But,
Yeah.
I think it was special that it was Bean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And certainly casting-wise, that was noteworthy. They chose him for a reason.
Yeah.
That's
Definitely.
interesting. There's a billion Muppets they could have chose for that
Yeah.
spot. That's interesting.
Yeah, good for
I like
Bean.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, very good for Bean. Yeah.
Okay, now the would you hat
Yeah.
for Bean Bunny.
Would you?
Bean is such a cute name too.
It is a great name. I have to admit, it makes me think of my little sister, your aunt, because
Oh, really?
Jillian's nickname her whole life is Beans. So.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Oh, yeah.
That's cute.
Would you list this Muppet as an emergency contact? I like that.
Right. Again, how old is Bean?
Yeah,
It might be irresponsible to put that medical burden on him.
I actually was just talking about this the other day. I was seeing a girl once, and I say that only because I'm trying to be respectful. We weren't really
Sure.
like dating or anything. We had like 3-4 times we got together,
Fling.
hung out. Just hung out, nothing else. Just hung out,
Oh,
watched
okay.
shows, stuff like that. Like
You guys
there
were
was nothing
friends.
physical. Yeah, just
Okay.
friendly, but a little bit more, a little bit like flirting here and there and
Oh, I
stuff.
see. Okay.
But I swear I don't think she knew my last name. I didn't know hers. Like we were just getting to know each other.
Yeah.
She has this like stern conversation with me about deciding what we're going to be going forward. I say, okay, we'll talk. This is ages ago because I'm old. So I never hear back. She never calls me back. Now we don't have cell
She
phones,
ghosted
anything
you?
like that. About I don't know, 2 maybe 3 weeks later, I get a call, and it's this business asking me, they just say right away, we like to tell people, we like to call these people beforehand if they're an emergency contact to make sure that the phone number's correct. And I'm like, okay. And they say, so-and-so, you are so-and-so's emergency contact. It's this girl.
What?
And I'm like, what? Like, wait a minute here.
She hasn't even called me.
Yeah. Like,
Maybe it was a test.
Yeah. Well, I failed
What
because
did you say?
I don't know if I feel comfortable with that. I'm not sure.
Oh my
I was
gosh.
joking with the person. Like it took me a second because they said her full name and I didn't even know her last name.
Right,
Like
yeah.
that was one of those weirder moments for me where
That's
I
a sitcom moment.
yeah, it is. It really is my life, man.
Oh my gosh.
When it comes to those emergency contacts, that kind of thing, I haven't been in a lot of situations of that.
Mm-hmm.
So thinking of who would be my emergency contact or who would I feel comfortable being,
Right.
I would definitely be a lot more comfortable being Bean's emergency contact
Right. I
than
think that's
having
more
him
of
as
our
my
role.
yeah.
I agree. I would full-heartedly adopt Bean in a heartbeat.
But I don't know if I'd feel comfortable with him
No,
being my. Not trying to
and
be
he
mean,
shouldn't-
but
Why is he trying to grow up so fast?
yeah.
Be a bunny, Bean.
We got other people. I think that out of all the Muppets, especially because this question probably won't come up again.
Yeah.
So who would be your emergency contact?
Yeah.
Easily Kermit.
Yeah.
Easy. I mean, he's 100%.
Either him or maybe Sam. Like
Sam would be great.
Yeah, he'd take it seriously.
I always want to say Ernie because he looks a little bit like Ernie with glasses to me, but Scooter.
Scooter
would be
a
good too.
great
Yeah,
emergency
Scooter
contact.
would be a good one.
I love a Scooter.
Yeah, Scooter's
So
I think Scooter's underrated.
He's very underrated.
He's a very
I
fun
love Scooter.
character.
Yeah, I think those three would be pretty good. Not that I don't love the other Muppets because I do,
Yeah.
but it's just not in their wheelhouse.
We
It's
love
fine.
Rizzo, but I mean, I don't even know if Rizzo gets the phone on time.
He gets the call. He sees 2 days later. He's like, "Hello, who is it?
Yeah. It's like,
Why didn't you call me sooner?"
you did put Rizzo as your contact. I mean, you kind of
That's
do.
kinda not
It's
you.
kind of
Yeah.
do.
Aww.
That's a good one.
Well, Bean Bunny,
Bean
thank
Bunny,
you for
thank you.
bringing a great episode, and thank you to you guys for
Yeah.
joining along.
Big thank you to Bean, and I always mean to mention this, and I don't always remember, specifically to the creators of Bean. And to all these
Yes.
Muppets we've done, while we
Yeah.
know that it's under the Henson umbrella and everything, we mention how much we love Jim and his
Mm-hmm.
family and that a lot. As we've known from our friends, the Puppet Masters and None, go ahead and subscribe.
Yes.
There are so many people and so many creatives
Yeah.
that work on these characters.
It wouldn't have happened without them. Too.
Yeah, I genuinely mean that. Thank you to
Yeah.
everybody that had any fingerprint on any of these
Yeah,
characters.
absolutely. I'm
We
glad that
appreciate
you
you.
said that. Yeah.
And thank you so much to the best listeners in podcasting.
Yes,
we
thank you
appreciate
so much. Yeah, this show would also not be what it is without you guys, and we never lose sight of that. I think of that all the time when I'm interacting, when I'm editing, posting, everything.
We appreciate that we are able to create these memories together, and you
Yeah.
guys being a part of them only makes them more special.
Yeah.
Thanks,
Totally.
everyone.
Yeah, and you can rate the show if you want to. That helps other Muppet heads find the podcast.
Mhm.
And you can follow us on Instagram and YouTube, and I'm trying to think of all the stuff.
TikTok.
TikTok, which I haven't really been on. I've been like kind of burnt out on TikTok.
Yeah,
I haven't
yeah.
really been on it a whole lot.
I feel that way about social media, period.
Yeah.
Honestly, if I'm being honest. But I
Yeah.
hear you. I hear
Yeah.
you. We're all over there, though.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
encourage you to spread the word and share these things. Sharing it, you just never know who's going to see it and who could be a new Muppet head.
Yeah, and who could enjoy it.
Yeah.
So thank you guys, and we'll catch you next time.
Mhm.
Bye.